So, about these airship segments, originally I said that you had to talk to everyone to continue. You actually just need to talk to your party members. But, in this particular instance, you want to make sure you talk to Anton and Ricky, because this conversation counts for Odyssey of Anton. And so, his journey continues. Well, yeah, I mean, it kind of stopped the entire Imperial army from getting through, until they smashed through it. Isn't photographing military installations without permission illegal? It is in a lot of countries. Estelle takes offense to that. But this conversation is actually interesting because it's foreshadowing a side quest we're going to be taking on soon. Yeah, spending time in the country can be nice. Yeah, this is the lady from the store in Rollins, who's still looking for a partner for her son. And here's Kitty from the Grand Cell Adel department store. Let's just hope she doesn't sucker you into working at Roland, because she probably has an ulterior motive for that. Kind of a shame we won't be there to see the signing itself, but, well, at least we dealt with the main threat to it. Yeah, Alicia is really amazing at diplomacy, something that she really doesn't get enough credit for. Well, yes, that and a lot more. Yes, it's almost like she has nobility or something. And hi there, Chloe. This airship conversation sequence is interesting because in all the previous chapters, there's always been at least one party member who's had a kind of a personal connection to whoever we fought in terms of Ouroboros. This time, though, it's actually Estelle who was hit the hardest by the events of the previous chapter. Chloe has magical crush sense. She can instantly tell when the guy she's crushing on is in trouble. It is a power that many characters have. And she also just pulled the whole, you know, Eggman gambit with how did you know, because you just told me. SRBT. No, that acronym doesn't really work. Yep, that is what we call a ridiculously high insight check. Yeah, I kind of wonder what Chloe, like, I mean, her intelligence would be pretty high, but I guess her wisdom's decently high as well. And her charisma would be pretty high as well, but, yeah, I would say that she'd have to dump stat the rest of it, but I mean, her dexterity would have to be good too, because she uses rapiers. Oh, right, yeah, when he went full assassin mode. I knew it would be that. Yeah, I wonder how Chloe would react if she found out that the girl he's currently with is a fake Jenna student. Oh, I feel so bad for Joshua right now. When he comes back... yeah, he has bigger problems than Ouroboros to worry about. Much bigger. The best punishment in the world. I still love the moments between those two. Yeah, probably best to give them one less thing to worry about for now. And yeah, she goes all the way back to her seat. She was just out here gazing into the clouds. Yeah, I kind of wish you could actually see that from the sky, because when you're down on the ground, it all just looks mostly brown. And we have these singing... I don't know what I call them, helmsmen? Oh, actually, yeah, it is helmsman. That was just the first thing that came into my head, and I didn't realize this guy would actually say it. Oh, hi, Tita. Yeah, she must be taking this pretty hard, too. Oh, I don't know. I'm just musing about the fact that my playmate turned out to be a sadistic, evil, member of a secret organization and kind of murderer. Yeah. Where is this coming from? You know what, maybe it's less that everyone is making good insight checks and more that Estelle is just really bad at hiding her feelings. Don't beat yourself up over it. She deceived everyone. And yeah, Estelle's problems here are very personal. Doesn't mean she can't share them with others, but they are things that she has to deal with on her own. There's a lot Tita's done to help so far. And hugs. She will always be there to provide hugs, because Tita's hugs cure everything. I would not be surprised if Tita's mother was actually trying to get that officially confirmed as a scientific fact. That just sounds like something Tita's mother would do. I keep mentioning her, and it's not really fair to the people who haven't played this series and don't know her, but if you do know her, you would know that is very in character for her. But yeah, Tita just has a way of making everyone smile. In fact, she even, yep, Estelle's just bringing up what I was about to say right now. Even Ren admitted that she liked spending time with Tita. And now Estelle's being slightly creepy. Oh, right, this conversation. That was where he first met us, too. Yeah, even Estelle's starting to unravel things now. Well, I guess Niles rubbed off on her. Okay, that's kind of more suspicious, but go on. Yeah, even they'd probably know that, banditry would, risk an international incident, potentially war. Not really worth it. So that right there is one of my favourite airship conversations in the whole game. There's a reason why Olivier is one of my favourite characters. He's extremely popular as well with the fan base, and it's not just because he's hilarious. He's actually a much deeper and more complex character than you'd think, and that moment there when Estelle admits that she feels she can trust him, and he's genuinely taken aback by that, you'd think he'd use that moment to start flirting, but he actually doesn't. He seems very sincere in what he says. I just find that really interesting. It really feels like that very few people have told him that before. So yeah, now most of us are back at our seats. Haven't spoken to Zin yet though. Then went down and talked to Olivier for a little bit. Yeah, Zin's never actually been to her hometown before. Yeah, we're gonna have a big party over there someday. Yeah, the two of them training together might be pretty nice. They haven't really had a chance to do that even during the martial arts tournament. Well, most of the problems have occurred beforehand. Oh, right, that place. Oh, I have bad memories of that place. Wow, 70% of the lumber? That's actually quite a lot. Ouroboros is fairly small, but still. I wonder if the cost of shopping in Bose at all is worth the cost of the airship ticket. Okay, we still need to speak to Agate. I'm just not used to having both him and Shera around on the ship. But from now on, the two of them are going to be in our party. I mean, it's hard to top what happened last time. Yeah, he doesn't know the full story, and her reaction there just, must have clued him in that, she knows more than she's letting on about them. Oh yeah, I don't know anything about those bandits at all. Yeah, that's not very convincing. I mean, they were kind of pawns of the intelligence division who were pawns of the society, so they were kind of connected. Okay, for some reason I had to go back down and then back up the stairs in order to advance things. And I believe that's because you have to be in the upper part of the airship for this next scene to work. Well, so much for Bose. Turns out our trip there is going to be put on hold, because some weird things are going down in Roland already. And this thing is not common in the region. You know what that means. Well, that's an understatement. Yeah, we've seen them do some crazy stuff before. That's one way to put it, but sure, yeah. And if they're targeting Roland, it's become intensely personal. And with an ominous title like this, we begin Chapter 4. I love the way this chapter starts. Unlike the others, you are directly thrown into weird stuff happening, and to Roland at that. This chapter, to me, feels a little short overall, but it is an interesting one in terms of its overall feel and where it fits in terms of the story. Last time, we had a very intensely personal ending to a chapter that was mostly just lighthearted world building. This time, we've got something very personal, but on a different level. Instead of a friend of ours turning traitor, Ouroboros is now directly targeting Estelle's hometown. Oh, right, you haven't actually seen her in this outfit before. Mr. Vathek, you don't actually hear him referred to as that often. So yeah, Aina, my second favourite of the Bracer Guild receptionists behind Kilika, but only because she's one of... Well, they're the only two who actually have real development and backstories, basically. Aina, you won't really get a lot of info on in this game, but there is actually a bit of backstory on her in the third game. Oh, actually, keep Zin away from her, because Zin likes drinking, and, you will see why, yeah, classic example of why, people, who like going out to drinks should not meet Aina. Yes, Olivier has been forced to return to Roland, and to relive his nightmares. Yeah, Agate's a fellow bracer. They've probably done work for each other before. Yeah, this is already getting pretty intense. I mean, no one's been hurt, but this is still very weird. The entire city's been engulfed in fog, suddenly. No cause. A bit of educational info from Zin here. Yeah, considering the earthquakes earlier did not turn out to be an act of nature. Yeah, I agree, probably for the best. Yeah, she definitely wanted to get to Bose, but it looks like they'll have to wait. It's also a bit of an interesting moment for Estelle here, because she has to put her personal feelings and goals on hold because her hometown is in danger. But I can tell how hard this must be, because this is essentially giving up her opportunity to see Joshua. Yeah, he is already long gone. Right now, Estelle has to be professional and think of her job. learning to put these kind of concerns, especially if you're in a line of work like this, above personal concerns is definitely something that... It's a good lesson, but it can be hard, especially for Estelle, who's only 16. Yeah, as much as she wants to chase after Joshua. This is definitely the one that has the more chance of actually hurting people right now. And Estelle makes the call to stay. It's just moments like this that make me like the way Estelle is written, because you would expect her to jump at that opportunity to see Joshua, and it is very, very hard for her to make this call. We saw in Chapter 3 she would do anything for even just a chance to see him again, but sometimes you need to think about the bigger picture. And also, nice dig at Agate there. Everyone learns these kind of things. Well, I mean, that's not really much of a comparison because nobody can compare to him. Yeah, I'd like to learn more about what happened then. We don't really know much info on that. This really is a story about gaining experience. Yeah, kinda did, but it was important. Character development is always important. Yeah, that's kinda Estelle and also Agate's specialty. So, our goals are a little vague at this point. We're not really told exactly what we need to do, because nothing drastic has really gone on. But we do have one mission to take care of to start with. And that is to check all of the main roads out of Roland. And do a bit of research as to how far the fog reaches out. And that's a good point too. So, we have 3 different roads to cover. And that is our first mission in the region. But we do have a few side things to do while we're doing that. And for this chapter, I alluded to this before, but Shera is forced into the party for the entire thing. This is another reason why I feel like the Shera route is a little bit, I don't know, can be weird sometimes, because it means you're forced to use her for 4 chapters in a row. So we have Estelle and Shera, and we get to choose 2 backup members. Agate's got a lot of experience, so maybe I'll bring Zin and I guess I can go ahead and bring Olivier for the time being. And here we are, back in Roland. It's been a long time. I still love this song. Just gives me good memories of playing FC for the first time. Well, be thankful this is not Pokemon Fog, where everything just has reduced accuracy and... Yeah, one thing that was really annoying about Pokemon Battle Revolution is that people never wanted to play, I believe it's called Courtyard Coliseum, the castle one. It looks really cool and has nice music, but it had a random chance of fog even online. So, Unless you somehow brought a Defog user to a competitive Wi-Fi battle, which is not likely back then because Defog didn't remove Stealth Rock. It removed it from the opponent's side, not yours. But anyway, basically people didn't want to play that stadium. So yeah, looks like we are actually going to be visiting Estelle's place. But not just yet. We have a few more things to cover. So, first things first, we're going to go ahead and buy ourselves some food items. And we can actually greet everyone that we haven't seen for a long time. So, there is a lot of really nice optional dialogue at this point in the game. It's not required that you go out of your way for this, but I still think, just saying this right here, the NPCs of Roland, and just Roland in general, is one of my favorite, ways of handling a town in any RPG I've played, because you really get the feeling that Estelle and Joshua grew up here. They will greet the people at the shops that they knew since childhood, they know the people at the bar, they have childhood friends they talk to, there are kids in town they both know. I just love the way this is all presented, and you just really get that sense that they've lived here. And not a lot of games do that. Because a lot of times, even the NPCs in tutorial towns are, well, more focused on spouting tutorials than actually feeling like genuine people. And yeah, Estelle talks a little bit about her time over at Bracer training, so yeah. There's actually quite a lot of dialogue that you can do here. And they're commenting on Estelle's new outfit too. Yeah, seeing this, it's actually kind of hard going back to FC and seeing Estelle's outfit in that game. It just feels kind of weird. Yeah, I kind of like how there are more oranges on this outfit. I kind of associate Estelle more with this kind of outfit, with the sort of cyanish greens and oranges than I do with the red and white. Staying positive is basically Estelle's thing, but now, let's go ahead and buy Three-Eyed Soup, as well as Spiral Noodles, 10-stack Crepe, and Bone Bouillon. And let's just go ahead and immediately eat those to get them in the recipe log. Now, I also remember there's a pretty good conversation if you head upstairs at the bar. I don't think I actually talked to Tabitha all that much back in FC. She was kind of one of the few NPCs in Roland that I forgot to showcase at least once. Oh yeah, we've already eaten that. Yeah, already done. Okay, yeah, I was about to say that. So, yeah, this conversation actually changes based on whether you talked to her downstairs or not. It's actually really cool. So, that is another detail. I know that all this NPC stuff is really not for everyone, and a lot of people would prefer to just get on with the, actual gameplay, but there is so much cool attention to detail here, and that is why that I just think the localizers who translated all this dialogue deserves so much praise, because the sheer amount of variance in the lines, you notice that with that one right there, I was hoping Luke would be here, but that line actually acknowledges whether you've actually gone downstairs and talked to the girl at the bar before talking to her mother upstairs. It's just really, really cool. Yeah, well, you should know that kids have their volume control is permanently broken. Oh no, Luke has gone tsundere. But then again, a lot of kids are kind of like that. Oh yeah, the whole destined duel thing. Yes, anyone who's played Pokemon or Fire Emblem knows that having duels in Fog is a really bad idea. A really, really bad idea. Also, that's cool though. I like to see Luke write the next installment of I'm a Bracer about a climactic duel in the Fog. You know, this is actually a good thing to tell people though. That is something to remember. Sometimes you can get caught up in playing the hero and not realize that you're actually making people who care about you worry. And Estelle dispensing words of wisdom again. She has really grown. Mentor Estelle, basically. After kinda, you know, accidentally mentoring the Ravens, she's kinda mentoring people for real now. Of course, that's gonna lead to Luke going, it's not like we're friends or anything. Yeah, Luke is just interesting. You can kind of tell that he secretly does think Estelle's cool. He just is being tsundere about it. So anyway, at the Roland Bracer Guild, we have quite a few quests. These two will be taken care of while we're investigating the Fog. The Ring That Flew Away, we're actually not going to be doing this one just yet, and this one is interesting. You don't actually have to go to Garoon Gate. All you need to do for this quest is to catch at least one fish at all 6 fishing spots in this chapter. See, I told you that that person on the airship was foreshadowing a side quest. Now, while we're here, I'm going to go over here and buy Liberl News issue 6. And also have a bit of dialogue with Rinon. Oh no, don't tell me you were in on it. Oh right, just went out to train. No, you were not secretly part of the whole Kurt Jaeger disguise plan. Yeah, if you think that fight is bad on hard, it's even worse on Nightmare. The whole prologue on Nightmare is horrifying from what I've heard. Like, I've heard that you can basically make it unwinnable if you use your resources in the wrong way. It's still kind of ridiculous how good attack food is, that it still gets used even on an easy mode speedrun. Something that I forgot to mention is not only does it have a fixed strength value that's usually higher than your actual strength value when you get it, but it also ignores defense. Yeah, anytime you see Fog in a fantasy setting, it's usually bad news. Or a, you know, urban fantasy setting like Persona 4. Anyway, we actually came here to buy Liberl News issue 6. I may read that a little later, but for now, I wanted to go ahead and show this. So it turns out, she's not actually going to Bo, she's going to be staying here for a little bit to help out at the store. I mean, she has experience in that area, right? And she wanted to break out on her own. Unfortunately... Oh yes, that's what you totally did. You definitely do not have any ulterior motives at all for this. You totally are not trying to find a wife for your son. I see what you're doing here. Yeah, you wouldn't even know about that subplot if you don't talk to her in the first game, so it's another reason why I like going out of my way to talk to people in Roland. Speaking of which, Stella. I've always loved Stella's dialogue too. It's just nice being back in Roland again. Looking closely, I mean, Shara's actually pretty noticeable. Considering that most of the other party members you have at this point aren't too familiar with Roland, I'm not really sure if there's much variant dialogue based on who you bring with you at this point. Well, yeah, I'm sure Joshua's in for a massive scolding from you when he gets back. Yeah, that's actually a callback to a conversation you can have with her earlier as well. Of course, she loves the outfit. Oh yes, because someone's clothing totally determines how well they'll do as a bracer. Yeah, Stella's kind of weird like that. Yeah, let's not think about that right now. She's still way too young, but actually while I'm here, oh, we can still say hi to you. I actually just came here to buy weapons, but anyway. Yeah, that is the downside of all of the NPCs in Roland being really fleshed out. It's that every time you want to just talk to the shopkeepers and buy stuff, you have to go through this entire spiel. Yeah, we kind of are, just sort of vaguely. Yeah, we also... Does anyone here know that we stopped that coup? Yes, the days when she was not a legendary coup-stopping hero. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Different people have different strengths, and sometimes people are really good at one thing. Like, Estelle's basically the inversion of me, in that I'm not so much paper test, but I'm just, yeah, I'm way better intellectually than I am. Like, yeah, apparently even when I was extremely young, it was determined that my, physical capabilities were awful. Thankfully, my school offered chess as a sport, even though I'm actually still pretty bad at chess, honestly. Yeah, sorry to talk about random stuff while this dialogue was going on, but, yeah. I find that chess is actually less about strategy and more just about pattern recognition. You just have to memorize all of the board positions and stuff. Which is why computers are stupidly good at it. Oh, Stella already heard her out, trust me. Yeah, and that's actually what I was here for, because let's see what you got here. Ceramic rod. Oh, that is a big strength increase to Estelle. Let's grab that. And, well, that's an enormous strength increase on Shara. Yeah, anytime you see a strength increase this big, you should probably replace your weapon. Because, especially on the higher difficulties, you really need to be replacing your weapons frequently to keep up with the defense stats of enemies. And yeah, wow, Zim's defense is really behind you. I'm gonna grab 2 of those, actually. Oh, okay, he's got the magic increasing armor. Actually, let's not swap that out. But you could certainly use that. Oh, right, I forgot to talk to Claire. Because Claire always has the best gossip. Plot twist, Claire is the Grandmaster, that's how she knows everything. I still, yeah, I still kinda like the Dorothy as the Grandmaster theory. But, apparently the series creator was actually really confused when he found out that people think Dorothy is the Grandmaster, so it's probably not true. But anyway, one last thing for this part, I'm gonna go ahead and read Liberal News issue 6. Special, the Intelligence Division resurfaces. Former Captain Amalthea captured. Remnants of the former ID unit once again shook the capital. Rising up in the harbour block, they took Duke Dinan captive, and everyone rejoiced, and began an assault on the castle. However, after a tense battle involving Braces and the Royal Guard, also one priest who's not mentioned here for some reason, their rampage was halted, the Duke rescued, and all involved were arrested. Except for Ren, but yeah. Following Amalthea's capture, all central coup d'etat members have now been secured. Biding their time. According to the Bracer Guild's investigation, after the coup d'etat, former Captain Amalthea's group had been in hiding in the abandoned Revenue mine. Seeing the Duke's release from house arrest as an opportunity, they rose up again and returned to the capital. Fox falls to the Falcon. Oh, that's kind of a cool title. The former captain's force set off and set their plan in motion by activating a tank they had developed in secret before their coup d'etat. In order to use the tank in their plans, the former ID unit needed a high-output orbital engine, such as the new model developed for the RCA, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Amalthea, aka the Fox, executed a successful plan to steal one of the new models from the harbour, and their uprising was well underway before a joint force of Braces and Royal Guard managed to avert disaster. Giant shadow sighted, related to the case? On the night of the ID incident, several persons reported seeing a giant shadow fly off from the harbour. As it's currently under investigation, the Liberal News was unable to obtain any meaningful info regarding it. Yeah, from here on, hiding the Ouroboros stuff is going to be almost impossible. Foreign Affairs. Pact signing ceremony nears. A historic day approaches tomorrow. Guests from all over the continent have been arriving, and security preparations at the Royal Villa are complete. The weather for the day of the signing is forecast to be beautiful. The stage for peace is set. May the goddess bless this event. Society. Threat letter. Crime of pleasure? Threat letters were delivered to a number of organisations related to the Pact, including the Liberal News. While a connection to the Intelligence Division was suspected for a time, as there were no specific damages, it is being viewed as nothing but a crime of pleasure. In a way, that's what it was. Society. Capua Sky Bandits steal own airship. The Sky Bandits, the gang which rocked the world with the Linda case, have reappeared after their escape during the coup d'etat. In a daring move, the bandits infiltrated their old base in the Nebel Valley, currently used by the Royal Army, and stole back their airship, the Bobcat. The Royal Army is once again in pursuit of these slippery criminals. So, with that, I think we'll end things here, and next time we're going out onto the roads around Roland to investigate the fog and take down a few wanted monsters, so I'll see you then.